Hey, it's Sarah with Life with Training Wheels, and today we have a couple big transits happening. Neptune is retrograding back into Pisces, its home sign, and the Sun is also entering Scorpio. Okay, so first let's really quick talk about Scorpio entering in, or the Sun entering into Scorpio. This is the easier one to talk about. So, first of all, welcome to Scorpio season. Happy birthday to all my Scorpio sun signs. That is my sun sign as well. If you check the link in the description box below, I do have a 25% off a solar return chart reading for those in the Scorpio season. So coupon code would be solar return 25. So like I said, the link is in the description box below. So with the Sun and Scorpio, that is going to have us diving into the deep waters, right? Going into where it's dark, going into shadow work. Scorpio loves shadow work. It loves digging for the truth. It loves bringing light to the darkness and transforming, right? Wherever we want to keep things hidden, wherever we feel guilt and shame and things like that, and we want to push it down, Scorpio wants to excavate it and bring compassion and love and shine a light on it and let you know that it's okay. Like, we all have those areas. It's part of what makes us human, and it's okay, right? We can forgive ourselves for things. Like, Scorpio wants us to have that transformation so that we can be the highest and best versions of ourselves and know that we are love and we are loved no matter what our past is. So Scorpio is the sign of, like, intimacy, right? How willing are we to be intimate with ourselves, and how willing are we to be intimate with others and share our vulnerability with others so that they can feel comfortable sharing their vulnerability with us. And that truly is showing love and compassion, and one of the many ways that we can heal the world. Scorpio is also about, like I said, digging for truth. So this can be a time when you really want to focus and become obsessive. On another level, you can be possessive about things. So those can be, both good qualities or bad, depending on what extreme you take them to. But if there's something that you really want to dive deep on and research and come to the bottom, come to the truth of something, Scorpio is going to do it. So this is kind of the overall feel that we are going to have collectively, is digging for the truth. And there's so many truths. I mean, pick any area of life, personally, any area of life collectively, and there is a truth to be discovered. So that is something that we will be focused on as well. And wherever Scorpio falls in your chart, whatever house it falls in your birth chart, that may be where you are focused for the next month or so as well. Where the most of your attention is, as the Sun is our vitality, is our ego, is a lot of our drive, what we're here to learn. So we are all collectively in Scorpio season, but that will mean more to you based on where Scorpio is in your chart. So then this kind of lines up beautifully with Neptune retrograding back into Pisces. So Neptune is home in Pisces. They are both about, and Neptune has been in Pisces. It entered there in 2011, and it will, it entered into Aries for a little bit this year. Now it's retrograding back, and it won't make its final stay. It won't leave finally Pisces until 2026, early spring of next year. will it finally stay in Aries and not retrograde back into Pisces. So this is kind of its last swim in Pisces. I think I mentioned that it is the ruler of Pisces, so it is home there. So let's just quickly revisit what Neptune in Pisces has been about over this 2011 to 2026. So Neptune is the planet of dreams, imagination, spirituality, dissolving boundaries, empathy, the collective consciousness, illusion, and escapism. Neptune is often related to like addictions and things like that because of that. Pisces is the sign, it's the last sign of the zodiac, so it's the sign of endings, of hidden, of mystical, it's a sign where everything connects, this universal love, this universal wisdom. It's sensitivity, it's empathy, merging the self with the collective. Things of that nature is what Pisces is about. So you have them together and it's, really strong energy. So during its long transit here, there's been a collective feel of increased interest in spirituality and mysticism and learning about intuition and oneness. And as far as like blurring boundaries, we've had a lot more digital connectivity. It's a very artistic combination, these two. But then on the flip side, which we've also seen a lot of, is confusion, illusion, a lot of escapism. I think potentially with Neptune retrograding back, we might see more. We clearly have a huge drug problem going on that may increase, or we may finally be able to see the negative effects of that, and maybe there's some healing within that, hopefully. But also lack of boundaries, idealism, and, especially when these two are combined, like it's a lot of propaganda, a lot of delusion, kind of forced upon us, and things like that. And I think that's part of, Scorpio, or the sun entering Scorpio and bringing truths to light, and Neptune doing this final retrograde. Hopefully this will bring some of that, those truths to light for us in where we have been deceived and things of that nature, both personally and collectively. And yeah, on a more personal level, Neptune in Pisces has invited us to let go of old ways of being, let go of old systems, especially with Saturn retrograde there too, to merge with something larger than the self, right? To believe in something bigger than ourself. To explore more our creativity and intuition and spirituality and healing and service to others, and that concept of that we are all one and universal love and things like that. And to become aware personally where we've been lost in illusion or dependency perhaps, and learning to ground the dream into reality. So this retrograde back into Pisces is like a final revisit of all these themes of Neptune in Pisces. So it's capturing any unresolved pieces from 2011, especially in whatever area in your personal chart Pisces is in, giving us one last chance to integrate with what the transit has been about before it leaves, because we likely won't see this again. We won't see this again in our lifetimes, right? So whatever lessons we've been learning over the last 20 years with this here, this is our last chance to learn those and integrate them. So some questions to ask might be, what illusions have I been holding on to? What spiritual or creative potentials did I dream of that I either ignored or got lost in? And where did I avoid reality in favor of fantasy or escape? So it's time to like strip away the fog and get clear. Take off those rose-colored glasses of Neptune in Pisces, and now see what's real, what's fantasy. Learn to discern the difference between the two, and what do we need to let go of to move forward and be our highest and best selves. If you have any planets or points, especially in these late degrees of Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, or Sagittarius, the mutable signs, you may really feel this last pass of energy stronger than other people. So it may bring this overall last transit here may bring closure on spiritual, creative, or emotional chapters that began back in 2011, especially in the area of your chart where Pisces is. It may bring clarity about places where you've been dissolving boundaries, or perhaps on the opposite side, where you haven't had any boundaries and need to put some in place, where maybe you've been skipping over reality or needing to anchor things a little bit more concretely. It may also be stirring up what's unfinished. Illusions or fantasies about, relationships or unmet longings or anything like that. And this last transit here might invite you to see them differently so you can finally close them out and release them. So to reiterate again, look back all the way to 2011, just at your life overall, but especially where Pisces is landing in your chart. And how have your dreams, creative visions, spiritual longings, or emotional sensitivities changed over time? What have you held on to that was rooted in illusion or idealism or what could be more than reality? Is there places where your boundaries have gotten fuzzy or lost your sense of self? And was it helpful? Is it still serving you? Or is it time to let go of that? Also, like, what creative or spiritual gifts have been awakened under this transit? And how can you now ground them into real life, not just dream about it, but start to act once Pisces turns direct, especially, and then moves into Aries? How can we take what you've learned and really ground it in and start something new with it? What do you want now? How are you going to initiate it? And how, once it moves back into Aries, will you take ownership of your dreams, ownership of all the Neptune and Pisces, rather than only merging into the collective dreams? How can you take your personal dreams and put them into action? But what do you need to release or clean up? Or do you need to dissolve boundaries or engage with more boundaries? So that when you step into the next phase, you're stepping in with clarity rather than carrying old illusions into the future with you. This is what this offers for you. And I would love to hear down in the comments what you're feeling about this, if this is hitting for you, or just any questions that you have. I do have links, like I said, in the description box below for a coupon code for a solar return reading. I also have links to my Patreon membership, an astrology course that I'm hoping to release on October 31st or November 1st. The early bird special is going through October 31st. The launch has been a little bit delayed, but I'm hoping to kick it off November 1st. It was originally going to be a live course. Now it will just be a recorded course over 6 weeks that will be delivered to you via email. So look for that in the description box below if you want, or if you just have been enjoying my content, my longer form videos, like today and yesterday for the new moon in Libra, or my shorter daily videos, shorts on the days that there isn't as much big astrology going on. If you just want to support my channel as I grow, there is a link to buy me a coffee in the description box below as well. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here for tomorrow's daily astrology as well.